All right. I have a Wise card headed down here, which will allow people to donate to me and be able to go to the cash machine. That's cool. I got my first bigger Amazon order and did a video about that. I'm very happy that I can finally get things here. I'm kind of trying to put my whole life back together. It's fallen apart for various reasons. People reasons, breaking my legs was not helpful. And now I'm going to drive into town because I feel like going into town. And I'm driving because I might be adopting 2 tiny puppies. I just adopted a puppy, but these are its siblings. I'm quite certain of that. One of them looks exactly like the other one, like a twin. And then the other one is black and white, and I've always liked black and white dogs. And these are skinny puppies. They're just in the street. Some store owners have given them scraps, but it's kind of like either kill them or adopt them. I don't know why you just increase their length of their suffering. And I think I'm nuts to adopt them. That would mean 4 puppies total, because I have Frida, who's very well behaved, good girl, except for a couple things. Like, I'm not bringing her because she follows the van, and I'm going to train her against that. And I'm going to train all these puppies not to follow me unless I invite them. But 4 puppies is a lot of puppies, but they're small, so they don't eat a lot, so the cost issue is low. And even though I used to be a bigot against little dogs because they're yappy little fuckers, Frida hasn't been that bad. She yaps when she thinks she needs to yap, and the dogs bark, and she's part of a guardian system. And so I think the noise, the high-pitched noise, has always just bothered me, but I'm also a little bit deaf, and so maybe that's reduced over time. I mean, I just find it annoying, but I've learned to accept a lot of things that used to piss me off. So I'll think about it still, and I'll go to town and I'll buy some cheese or something, and let's see if we can get up this thing here. Nope. Okay, I need a running start. 1 second. It's still morning, and it's a foggy morning, so the ground's a little bit wet. And this is a very, very badly designed little spot of road here that I don't have the money to fix yet. All right, let's try this again. Nope. All right. I need a 4-wheel drive. I need a lot of things, actually. After having not bought anything and not used a lot for so long. Let's see, how far back do I got to go to get a running start here? Let's hit a tree. Whoops. Alright, we're doing this. I think I'll put my seatbelt on. There's a big hole on the left. I don't want to have the whole van fall into it. Or if I do, I want it on video. I need a video holder because I'm using one hand for this, but that's all right. I can get it. I can do this. Oh, come on, fucker. All right, that's it. I'm taking a different road. Although I've gotten stuck on that road too. I have a couple roads I can take. I need a bulldozer. I need a whole bunch of roads that the word road really barely applies, since you can't actually use them a lot of the time, and they can get washed out in the rain, and it's fine. But the things I become used to living this way are things that would be probably upsetting for an average person. God, it is gorgeous out today. Look at some clouds and everything, and all the fog. I love this fog. So I'm going to skip this other road that I've gotten stuck on before, and and I'm going to take a shittier road. It's all full of rocks, which I also don't like, but at least the rocks I don't slip on. Well, I still slip, but I can get up it. And this road's all grown over in here, so that needs some serious help as well. Everything pretty much about my whole life and my whole place needs a lot of help, and I'm alone, which means I also need help mentally, probably. It's good I'm alone, actually. I like that, because as I look online, I find that people really reveal who they really are in many cases, and they're horrible people. And I don't know what the percentage is, or how you measure being a good person or not. I mean, we all have problems, right? Come on, you fucker. Alright. Cool. There are two more spots where I could get stuck, and that would suck. I guess, since it's so foggy and everything out, I do expect that the sun will come out today. So if I do get stuck and it's not that bad, like I don't slide off the road or something, which I have done before, then I can probably just wait for the sun to come out and solve some problems. Still though, I'm just an accident waiting to happen. And that's what bothers me about my life, is that I have no way to fix anything. Let's see, I'll try not to crash into this here. Good. I have no backup. If I forget my keys, then it would be an all-day trip in unsafe conditions to another place to get another key made or something. And let's see, I got a key for this gate. Look at this beautiful gate here. Pretty cool. And so it's not really a matter of if things are going to go wrong. It's a matter of when and what. But I'm living in a situation where there's simply too much risk. And some of that is potentially fatal. Most of it's not. Let's see, we'll just do this. But there's just, risk for roofs falling in. There's certainty of one roof falling in, and the other one will fall in, the one I sleep in. One of them is going to fall in if there's an earthquake, because I can tell it's weak, and it's going to fall in right over me. So I'm going to wake up dead. Well, I won't wake up. Here's my van. It's gorgeous. The roof leaks in 3 spots. The windshield's cracked. That's been the case for a while. It's not legal. I don't have a driver's license. I don't have insurance. I don't have much gasoline at the moment. I'm almost on empty. But as long as I have enough to get to town to buy more, that would be helpful. Although I'll need money to do that. And I don't have enough money for that. Each time I've been going to the gas station recently, I spend about $10 to get some gas. And that doesn't fill it up much. It's a big van, and it's not gas efficient. The only good thing is I rarely ever drive it. The future of this van is probably going to become an art car. An art car used in the Bosque. Well, art car and utility vehicle. But if I built a place to park it underneath some tile roof or something, it doesn't even have to be perfect. Just a little tile roof garage that it barely fits into. Then I could actually open it up on the sides. I could get a guy I know that works with metal and has a welder. Oh, this is a spot I got to pay attention to. Don't get stuck. Okay, good. My roads are too narrow right now, but I intend to improve them. But I could have seating all along the sides, and then seating on the back. I could even put seating on the front. I mean, it was like I could cover it up with making an art car that was a transport vehicle, and its only goal would be that when there was a lot of people in the Bosque, people could hop onto it and hop off of it really quickly. Like, they don't even need to go into a door or anything like that. And I could have LED lights on it that would be just hooked into the regular system. It doesn't have to, be off grid or anything. And but it could be used to then go out to a spot and have music out there and lighting, and that could be pretty cool. I don't know if I want to make it that much wider, and one question is whether I should keep it being street legal, because it might be nice to be able to ride into town on it, although there'd be safety concerns there. So mainly though, I'm thinking a Bosque art car, and do we need it? Nah, I'm into a walking culture. But then again, if I have enough people here and I have a festival-like environment enough, then there could be people who want to use it. And there could be people who have mobility issues. I'm certainly sympathetic with that. And so they might enjoy it even a little bit more. Even folks that as they get older, I mean, I imagine like a walking culture where we walk around a lot. But even older folks, why am I opening that? They need some help. And so this van's actually had a great life. One year it was a registered art car at Burning Man as part of the Black Rock City Animal Control group. And that was fun. I had a day pass only, which I, of course, being a somewhat youngish, rebellious person, I still used it at night. And then the actual cops, because they do have actual cops at Burning Man, said, hey, you can't do that. But they were nice enough. I think generally the cops at Burning Man, except for the undercover evil motherfuckers, most of them are in a good mood and having a good time. I mean, it's got to be like one of the cushier assignments at Burning Man. One of the cushier assignments as a cop, because most people are there just having a good time, and I suspect for that number of people that they actually have relatively few real problems, and maybe they need to turn their eyes away a little bit on some activities. That would be my preference. Hi, dogs. Oh my God, stay away from me. Look at Coco. Coco, are you dirty? You are a dirty, dirty dog. Yeah, you are. It's a muddy, muddy morning. So I made it past the one spot back there I mentioned that I could get stuck, and I've got one more, and actually I'm a little less worried about getting up that hill as I am losing control of the vehicle and sliding down it and sliding off the road, which would not be good. Now, why am I even doing this? Why am I even going to town? Because I'm feeling optimistic. I got a package for the first time in years. That's not true. I got a couple other test packages before I went for a bigger one. And that means I can get supplies, which means I might be able to invite people here again. Although I'm going to be real careful about that. Oh, I've had trouble on this hill here too. Fuck. This isn't even a steep hill. I have a steeper one I have to go up. But, all right, let's see if we can do this. Okay. Be lucky. I could get some sand dumped in on this. This is not my road now. We've just left the Bosque, and I Just need to get to town. Also, I want to go to town because of those puppies. Those puppies have been on my mind, and I didn't go in yesterday. I saw them the day before yesterday, and I realized, wow, these are the siblings of the dog I adopted. And even if I mean, because I'm out of money, I have enough to go buy a beer, you know, and I think I have actually I probably have about 300 pesos, about $15, and I have like $400 in a bank account that I can't get to, and for some reason I can still use my credit card. I have a little bit of money in that account, but I'm in $13,000 in debt on that account, and then I owe another couple $1,000s in some other places. Oh, and then another $1,000. So I'm, you know, screwed. But I'm trying to get my internet working better so that I can get a job online. It currently goes in and out so much that I can't get a job that requires me to be able to talk online. Here's that one hill. Oh, this is no problem. This is rocky and whoa, it's a little bit of a problem, but not very much. And then here is a little slippery. Yeah, you can see where people have slipped in here. But somebody did put some sand on it at one point, and I think that helps. It's a big mud puddle down here. This is no problem. I can handle this. And that's because the ground is rocky. One of the fixes I need to make for my roads in the forest is I need some sand, to buy some loads of sand and dump them on the roads. And that'll get me by so that I don't have to pave some of them. Although some of them are going to have to get paved anyway. I think about quite a bit about options, all my options. It's too many of them. And of course, everybody thinks they know better than I do what I should do. They're wrong. I know the issues with every single possible path and why I'd want to do it or not. But I know this. I have to do something. Which thing it is, of the various excellent options I have available, which thing it is not as important as that I do something. And the temptation is just to lay there, but then things keep getting worse, and I'm even less motivated to try because they become more difficult. And suicide is on my mind all the time, which I know bothers people, and I'm not supposed to talk about it, but really that's other people's fucking weakness, that they can't handle that. I mean, ask a suicidal person, although, you know, nobody really believes someone's going to commit suicide till they do. People say, oh, it's such a surprise. It's like, no, it's not a fucking surprise to the person who does it. And they did it intentionally, and it's their body, it's their right. And of course it correlates with, you know, horrible things, and it's a big bummer and stuff, but the way that people treat it is just like idiots, you know, and they're very insulting to people who commit suicide. If I ever commit suicide, I'm going to leave a video or something telling people not to be dumbasses and judge me for it. Wow, it is a beautiful foggy day out here. So I've gotten into town. I have no intention of driving into larger towns, so I don't have a lot of safety concerns except, you know, not hitting a kid, which the road is so bad in this town that you can't go that fast anyway. So, what am I looking for? I'm looking for puppies. Oh, one problem is that the puppies are going to be cold. Like, I left my puppies at home on the bed. They're all curled up together. They're so cute. Because I didn't want to deal with them, and also because it's too cold out for them. And so whatever puppies exist out here, God damn it, I didn't even bring a jacket for me. I'm going to be cold. Well, that's all right. I need exercise, so I'm gonna go down to the to the bull ring which has nice big stairs on it, like really big stairs, like double tall. And I'll run around a little bit. Maybe they'll sell me a beer that isn't cold. That'd be good. Oh, these people will have jackets on. It is kind of funny down here that when it's just a little bit cold, like it's not even that cold out, you know. But when it's a little bit cold, people here are like, "Oh my God, it's so cold!" And that's because it's so cold in comparison to what they're used to, which makes perfect sense. You know, everything is kind of relative. Like, it's always pretty nice around here. This guy's got a big loggies or big stickies carrying. So that's an interesting. It makes me think of child raising. Like, how can we raise children that aren't spoiled little weakling fuckwads? You know? Because I would like that to be the case. I don't want to live in a world of spoiled little fuckling fuckwads. And the thing is, most of the things we worry about don't matter at all. You know, they just don't. Might have to cut this video short. I don't know if I like people seeing me walk around recording myself. Although around here they're kind of used to me being a freak, so I don't know if it really matters. Also, if I go to the store, I don't know. I don't like to. Basically, I don't like to record people against their will. It seems impolite. It's legal. It's perfectly legal. You'll see tons of assholes online recording people against their will. But I don't do it. And I certainly don't record kids. That's even worse. I mean, they can't even consent at all, in my opinion. Let's see, the shopkeeper's about to leave, or she's not. I'll find that out. I think I'll keep recording. Fuck it. One of my other goals today is to find some plants. Some plants that stabbed me. And it was kind of funny, actually. I was walking around with the dude. We were checking out a place. No, I forgot my video camera. Yep. Oh well. All right, I got my keys. Remember, there's no backup. A small fuck up is a big one. This is why they say stuff like, you know, 2 heads is better than 1. It's not just heads. 4 hands are better than 2. Do I have any kind of jacket in here? Yes, I do. And it's even a rain jacket. This jacket is actually a magically wonderful jacket. It was donated to me by a very, very good friend of mine. She's known me since I was about, I would say, 23 or 24, right in there somewhere. And we actually were together for a while, and she's a lovely person. She came down to visit. It was a tough visit. I think it's tough to be near me right now, and she's got her own issues, of course. Oh, lady, don't walk away. Oh, she's not. Okay, good. But she brought me everything she could think of that I could need, which I thought was just sweet as heck. And also, I actually need stuff. And I haven't had a rain jacket, or I hadn't had a rain jacket for some years because I had lost it somehow. Sometimes I walk around with my jacket just in the strap of my bag here. Oh, that feels much better. I was going to get really cold. All right, so I have to remember to ask her for a beer al tiempo, which means a beer that is room temperature. Hi, honeys. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Well, I gotta go. I gotta go continue my day. Thanks for driving into town with me. See you later. I was looking, I grabbed my camera bag, right? And I was looking for my camera and I thought, my camera bag's empty. And I was like, damn it, I forgot my camera. And I said that into the camera. I've gotten so used to talking into the camera like it's just another person standing there that I forgot that I had my camera in my hand. That is pretty amusing. And I'm not a dumb guy. I'm theoretically a genius, but geniuses aren't that smart. Geniuses are not that smart. Oh. Is it Thursday? I think so. Here I am in this beautiful little town where the kids can run free, safely. There's hardly any traffic in this town because the road doesn't go through town. The big road goes by town, which is as it should be. What are my 3 goals? My 3 goals are go to town, go find the plant that stabbed me, find the plant that stabbed me in such a subtle way I didn't realize it was stabbing me until later I found I was covered in blood. I was with another guy and we were sitting there chatting and realized we were both covered in blood, you know, on our arms and stuff, and my shirt's all covered in blood. Still wearing the same shirt. I've been sleeping in it. That was probably a week ago. But I use clothing for a long time. I use clothing till it wears out. My other goal is to find the 2 puppies, but I can't find them till it warms up and they go out on the street looking for scraps. Am I going to adopt them? Still don't know. I do have enough money to buy some cheese, and that's how you make friends with little puppies, you know, because they don't trust you. They run away from you because they've been abused, they've been kicked, they've had rocks thrown at them. I want to fix the relationship between dogs and people in this culture. So I'll get those puppies. And I figure this, even if I adopted them, and I find that 4 puppies is too many for me, because I already have 2. Look at these kids up there looking at me like, what the hell's that dude doing? Well, doing the weird shit that I do. And I love looking at this little town so much. I think about what I can do to help it, and I have to be careful with that because most forms of help actually hurt. I've seen many cases of that. If you think you want to help people, you should think real careful about that, because when you change something, you usually hurt somebody. So, like, you know, I think about all these walls in town that have peeling paint or murals that are falling apart, and I think if I was to paint it too well, would that increase tourism in the town for people coming to look at the murals? And maybe this town doesn't want that. This seems like a shy town. I don't know they want visitors from the outside. But I could at least paint it up so it looks nicer, and I could, you know, maybe, you know, what's my value? Maybe I could write up a thing and get some sponsors for either from far away or from a paint company. Maybe paint some walls in glow paint to lighten it up at night. Although, why do that? This town's fine. It doesn't need it. So even the idea of just helping people paint their walls so it looks nice. On the other hand, you know, you want people to have pride in their town, and the people here in this town and the people who are from this town who live up in California, they have great pride in their town. And they might even donate to that. I don't know. And is that my responsibility? No, it's not. Not at all. It's very dangerous to think you're a good person. You might not be. And certainly there's a lot of people out there telling other people how to be good, but there's some evil people doing that out there in this world. Alright, so what am I doing now? Do I go look for the plants right now? Well, it's chilly out. Shit, I think I'll do that. I'll walk down there, and the lighting is beautiful. It's all foggy out still. Beautiful lighting for photography and video. Is my van locked? Yeah. Does it matter? Probably not. Only things to steal in it are junk, mostly. I don't want anybody stealing my spare tire or anything like that. Alright, well, I guess I'll hobble on down there and check out those plants. I still do walk funny. I got to work on that. I mean, ultimately I need physical therapy, and it's up to me to do it since I don't have a physical therapist. But you know, I should be doing yoga, stuff like that. I wouldn't be able to do it well, but I don't think you have to be able to do yoga well to have it matter. And I'm not using yoga as a philosophical system when I refer to it. I just mean moving your body, stretching it out. And I guess some people need a framework for that. Maybe I do too. Seems like a weak way to be is to need a framework to do good things. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. I'll head down there. Some parts of the road I'm going to walk on, this really crappy dirt road down here, is slippery, so I got to make sure I don't fall down. Maybe I'll follow my own rules and put a strap around my wrist for the camera. Although if I fall down, I could still break it. And this is my only camera left I can easily do video on. I can do it on my phone. I have a new phone. I spent a bunch on it. A couple $100 or something. Maybe it was even more, I can't remember, but I definitely need cameras if I'm going to document my life. And it's weird. I went through a phase recently where for around a month I recorded myself almost every day, producing a lot of video, and then I uploaded all of that so that it would get automatically transcribed, and then I can download the subtitles, and I can identify places in the video where I talk about a particular topic. Then I can add to the description of the video a link to that spot in the video, that time frame, and time code, whatever. And yeah, this is a pretty bad road in here. I didn't think I'd want to bring my vehicle down it. Eventually I'm going to pop tires on my van, and then I'm just super screwed. That van's going to die. That's why I was mentioning earlier that it should turn into an art car and get an actual functional vehicle, four-wheel drive, where I can go out and get things done. Although I want to arrange my life such that it doesn't, look at all this sawdust in here. Sawdust is something I want more of. Have I gone nuts? I seem to just go from topic to topic. I think that's a sign of some form of insanity. But not as bad as I've heard from actually insane people. I think I just got too many thoughts in my head. But anyway, so back to the jacket. This jacket, it's a North Face jacket. It was donated. And it's not only rainproof as far as I can tell, but it's got pockets in it, which is nice. Good place to store my phone, since not all pockets are good to put a phone into. And I got a new phone case for my phone. And I was thinking recently, given the strange life I have, back to the videos. Anyway, my point is that even though they're just rambling long videos, I mean hours and hours and hours and hours of video every day, that then took me forever to upload. I was uploading 24/7 for a while. I think maybe I want to live a branded life. And I could even promote brands that aren't super popular. North Face is very popular. But the reason to do that is so I could then get sponsorship on some of these products and I could spread them. Because, you know, I see like these survival channels where they review survival objects. Well, life is survival. And a lot of people live lives where they can just buy convenient products that actually, in terms of their the lifespan that they have, their life cycle, produce a lot of evil byproducts. You know, like when people talk about electric cars, they think it's some kind of magic solution, as if the car actually runs on electricity. No, it doesn't. It runs on gasoline. It runs on gasoline that produces the electricity to charge that car. And those batteries come from toxic materials that, you know, they're destroying landscapes far away that you don't see. So an electric car just moves the problem. It moves the evil away from you. But that doesn't mean the evil didn't occur. And you got to think about the waste products, you know, from those batteries. So, I don't know, people just, you know, even the pseudo-spiritual fuckwads who talk about, sorry, I'm not supposed to insult people. Well, at least not curse when I do it. I'm going to have to insult people because I'm insulting civilization in general. But, I don't know, who was I going to insult? I don't remember. Fuck. I gotta fix my legs. It's been over 3 years since the accident and I'm still weak. And it's a precursor to being old. I get a little preview on what it's like to be old and be physically challenged. But I don't want to stay that way. Even now it hurts to walk. Just because my muscles are weak and I spend all my time on my computer, which is very important because that's where salvation is going to come from for my future life. Oh, it's nice. Somebody cut these plants down here. That's good. Where's that house I'm looking for? Oh, it's down there further. Anyway, so these videos, the point is that even though it seems like a waste of time just to ramble on forever on so many different topics, in theory, I'm occasionally thinking up new ideas about something. And even if they're not organized, even if I am rambly and it seems disjointed, if I can index those different ideas, that will help me assemble them into what hopefully can end up being wisdom and knowledge that's useful to making a better world. So I don't mind. Most people just chat their lives away anyway. I've walked around with people and they think up a good idea, a really interesting thought, and they don't write it down. Of course, I have whole boxes of books and notebooks of things I've written that I never go back and go through them. And so those are unindexed. So maybe just putting notes into video, especially with AI, artificial intelligence, maybe those can automatically be assembled and perhaps create more coherent products that actually have use for people. Oh, God. I suppose I could pick a time of day where I actually work out. I could get some exercise equipment, although I'm critical of exercise equipment because it seems like if you're going to expend energy, you might as well expend it on things that get some work done. Although work requires thought, which is what people are trying to avoid by just going to the gym and working their body out. But, you know, let's say it's collecting wood. Collecting wood, you know, is work. And, you know, your hands could get scraped up. You might drop something, slip. You might get poked at it by a plant. And so intellectually, it's not stimulating, but it's physically useful. And then people use it to build bodies that aren't even functional. Like these, you know, super buff dudes. I just saw a video where somebody set up a SEAL training thing over a pool. SEAL being a unit of the U.S. military. And they had rings over it and nets and things you climb on and all that. And that seemed pretty cool to me. And the person in the video was commenting on, you know, the bodies that result, the tough, strong bodies that result from this range of motion activity doing something vaguely real. Still doesn't get any work done. But as far as body training, it's excellent. And they mentioned how this guy, I think it was his father that set it up, invited in some bodybuilders, and the bodybuilders couldn't do the course. They could not do the course because their bodies weren't built for actual utility. They were built for being all pumped up and useless. I mean, I'm not going to criticize anybody for their body modifications, but a lot of them aren't healthy. They're not strong. They're not useful. So what I do when I'm out walking around is, hopefully, at least with my legs, especially on rocky roads like this, I'm getting the best exercise I can get. And I've got an app on my phone, I think it's called Google Fit, which measures the number of steps I have, so I can look at a calendar and see if I've been active enough or not. That's kind of handy and motivating. So I'm going down here to this house I visited the other day, that when I went down to check it out with a friend, I got poked. It's over there. It's a cool dome house. I don't want to show it a whole lot because I don't like to invade people's privacy that much. I have to make decisions about that. That's one of the reasons I don't talk about people. I don't mention them by name. Even my donors, right? I don't thank them publicly with their name. I do need to make individual videos for each one, talking with them about what it means to me. You know, set up a personal connection with my donors. I don't have that many. I've got, I think, under 20 donors. I've only got 13 on one site that I use, Patreon, which charges some fees. I don't know, but then I've got other people, and I hate asking for donations, especially when I'm just as desperate as I am. I mean, it makes me feel like I have no value, that I have to suddenly say, look, you know, there's no dog food. Right now I have less than a bag of dog food left. That's not true. I do still have a 5-gallon bucket that a guy donated. Real nice guy visited me. Can't say his name because I don't want to. It seems like a privacy violation. Just because someone donates to me doesn't mean they signed on to be used by me or have their privacy violated. All right, so I've arrived. I've arrived at the place where I got all scraped up and bloody. Didn't hurt or anything, but it's a sneaky plant. That's, I guess, what makes me curious about it. And I have theories on which one it is. We'll try it out here. It can't be this one, can it? No. Okay, it wasn't something obvious. Like this is a hawthorn tree that has big thorns on it. Okay, I know when I get stabbed by a hawthorn tree, and I avoid it. I think it's this one. I think it's this one right here. It's dried out right now. But this looks like a plant that I know. Here, I'll try putting it on my arm here. I just can't believe that's it. It is interesting. This is right where I was walking, right in here. You know, I think it is it. The seeds fall off. They don't look that bad. Come on, is this really it? It has to be something high up because it hit me high up, and this is the only plant that's high up right here. I'll check up there as well, but what did it? All right, I'll just take my arm out and rub it across these plants here. I'll try and mimic what I was doing. And this is the only one I'm going to touch. So if it does it, it does it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Maybe it has to be dry out. I'm going to rub it on my skin. All right, we'll check the other spot. I don't even know why I care. I don't have this plant, obviously, and I don't want it, and I sure as heck should make sure I don't bring any seeds in. All right, I go through here. This is what I did. And I don't recall there being blood on my legs either. But I don't remember checking. We were kind of laughing about it because it's not like it hurt. I did walk back up in there. It's not this one. Oh, look at some grasshoppers fucking. Oh. I guess they're shy grasshoppers. Well, somebody said it might be a form of mimosa that was doing it. Uña de gato. They said that online. But there's a lot of things called uña de gato, and it was a mimosa, type of mimosa. No blood yet. But we didn't notice any blood while we were actually here. We went up there and had a beer, and then we noticed that we were both all bloody. Now I'm all paranoid, like I feel like my legs have some kind of itchiness, but I think it's fictional. Well, I guess I'll go up to town and drink a beer and see what's going on. So back to the sponsorship idea. Because I'm so against consumerism, and because I don't want to buy a bunch of stuff just because it seems neat, I think I could have a branded life, you know, and only have objects in my life that bring power to my life and that I consider the whole life cycle, and only have sponsors that were owned by people that I think are good people. So I could be promoting better products and better use of products, and have a better life. And of course, you know, that'd be a way to support the project. They'd have to be tough people, because tough sponsors, because I say a lot of shit, you know. I say a lot of objectionable things, and right now everybody seems to be so pissed off at everyone that if you've ever done or said anything that someone could possibly disagree with or feel attacked by because they have, you know, weak feelings, then maybe there's companies that wouldn't want to be a sponsor, which is fine. But I don't know. Fucking legs. But as I think in a kind of utopian way about how we should live, I would love to see a more conscious thinking about why we use what we use, and can we grow it? Can we get it locally? Do we really need it, or is it just a luxury item? At minimum, I could raise consciousness about why we live the way we do. I got a friend that lives down there. I could go down there, but he's probably dropping his kids off at school. And also, I don't like to drop in on people. It seems rude, especially since I absolutely detest people dropping in on me, and I especially am annoyed when people walk right by my no trespassing signs because they think they're special. And I like to sponsor ethics, actually. I like to talk a lot about that with people, because people all hate each other. And it's not all just because they're filled with hate. It's because a lot of people act in bad ways. All of us do, probably. And I don't want other people having control over other people, but we have to develop self-control. And just by developing self-control and with empathy for, even what our words mean, so that we can use our words in ways that do make a better world, and not hurt people, who, even if they're, sensitive in ways we don't personally understand. We don't know, we don't think they should feel that way. Who cares? They do. And they got enough problems. So I don't actually want to say things that hurt people, but I know that on this channel, in my videos, people are going to feel hurt by what I say. And I do censor myself quite a bit, but I'm going to die anyway, so I don't know if I care that they hate me. And sometimes things are going to have to get said that hurt for people. And maybe that's okay. See, I feel like my legs are itchy. Are they itchy, or is it psychosomatic? It's hard to tell. People, of course, will always say that, the results that they have in life are not psychosomatic, that their medicines aren't placebo, their rituals, their religions, their need to believe in total bullshit. But they can't tell. There's no way to know whether you have a psychosomatic symptom or not. And faith in the body is a mysterious thing. The mind is a mysterious thing, where we can create things that don't exist. But in a sense, they do exist because we think they exist. Does your prayer help? Well, maybe it does. It's a focused way of thinking. And even if you have to make up a non-existent God, perhaps it somehow is a better thing. All those videos, those rambling videos I recorded, I didn't publish those. I uploaded them, but they're not public. God damn. I think as far as exercise goes, even though I got to be on the computer, if I'm not tired at the end of the day, physically tired, in most days, then I'm not doing enough. I'm going to become an old, decrepit man if I don't exercise my body. I've already become a grumpy man because I do exercise my mind, and I'm frustrated by the crap-ass world that we live in, full of oppression, evil, and total destruction of the planet. But I don't mind that. That kind of exercise does hurt. It does hurt to question everything you believe all the time, all your life, and then have people hate you if you open your mouth about it. What people want is pseudoscientific pablum words They live pablum lifestyles, placebo lifestyles. I want to feel good. And feel good spiritual teachers, they make lots of money. And maybe they do serve people, sort of. Although they're usually corrupt as hell and often part of oppression themselves. They're like a bad drug. Not to insult drugs, but some of them aren't any good. And a lot of them, we don't really need them. Look, pavement. Somebody's building a house over here. It's a real nice looking wall they got there. Oh, and I see they're building their house back in there, and it's really cool. Look, they've incorporated a wagon wheel right here as part of their wall. Isn't that cool? That's another skill we have to relearn, is how to make wagons. Cars. Are not good. I understand why we use them, but I want to develop cart culture. And I want to have horsepower made with horses. What is one horse, 1 horsepower? Probably. If that's the case, we are using a lot of horses if you added up all the oil and the energy they produce and the energy it takes to get it. The world is full of non-existent horses. Horse energy without the horses. It's filled with slave labor of slaves that don't exist. Oil is our slave, but what happens when we don't got it? Alright, well, I want to record right now. I gotta walk. I'll catch you later. Alright, so I found those puppies. I bought some cheese, and I got the little brown one that looks just like Brianna. I guess that's her name. And put her in the van. I got the other one who's black with white paws and maybe some other white blotches. I didn't get a good look yet. And I captured them in my van. I put them in my van, and I'm going to take them to my house and trap them in the house and feed them and water them. And then I'm going to make friends with them. Now, I know it's risky to take a street dog into my home, and they might have parasites and stuff like that, but I'm going to deparasite all the dogs anyway. The one with white feet it did bite me a little bit. He or she, I haven't checked, I wasn't real happy because I think these puppies are used to being hurt, you know. And I'm going to make friends with them, and then I'm going to take everybody into town or get the vet to come out and deparasite everybody, maybe me too. And I know it's crazy. It's a crazy thing to get more puppies, but I also think that puppies shouldn't be alone, you know. They shouldn't be raised by themselves because they need other puppies to play with. And the 2 puppies I have right now are crazy. They play like crazy. They play fight. And that's good for Frida as well, who's, you know, the little puppy I've fallen in love with, really. And they're very skinny, but I'll fatten them up. And even if I decide later that I don't want these puppies, at least I can get them vaccinated and I can put them back on the street if I have to. I mean, that's the worst case. I'd rather not do that. But I can keep 3 puppies together, 3 puppies in the same family. So if I'm going to adopt puppies, I might as well adopt them well. Who knows? Maybe I'll put pictures of them up and get some donations so that I can get food for my other dogs and for me. Because I don't know why I'm even doing this. I think I'm desperate for love and I want to care for something. I can't fix the damn world, and so I'll do what I can. It's really hard to know what to do good in the world, you know. But they don't eat that much. I've got I mean, even one of my big dogs eats more than all of them together, and so I'll be curious to see how their personalities are all different, because every dog's an individual, and I'll find out if they're male or female, and that doesn't matter to me that much either, actually. I know a lot of people here don't like female dogs, they like male dogs. Because, I don't know, maybe it's a machismo thing or something. God, I'm almost on empty on my van, so I've got enough to go to town. Stay in here, fuckers. Alright. How am I going to do this? I think they're too afraid to jump out of the van. That's a good thing. If they jump out here, they'll just be lost in the woods. And that's very bad. Woods are a dangerous place. My biggest fear with Frida was that she would die, you know, because she's so small and weak. But she got smart pretty quick, you know, although I've had her over a year now, I think. So, and I did stop at a store and ask a lady that I trust. She sells me tortas, real nice lady, and I asked if anybody owned them, and she said, well, kind of, but they don't feed them, which is also similar to not really owning them. Yeah, they're back there wondering what the hell's going on. So now I'm a kidnapper in a van. It just sounds terrible, doesn't it? But the van's actually a good thing. And I don't usually use it for kidnapping anything. I think that's, I mean, the other little puppy was just one, and I had time to make friends with it. This time I didn't. I had a goal. So I bought some cheese. This is my cheese, Oaxaca style cheese. It's not bad. Can't say it's great, but it's not bad. It's my preference of what I have available. Alright, so then the next trick will be to get them out of the van and into my house, where I can trap them long enough to think I'm a good guy, which I hope I am. And then worry about their health later. But first thing to do is to feed and water them a lot, and have them have a home, a place that they feel safe. And luckily my big dogs don't kill the little dogs so far. They think they're friendly and not a threat. So I can't believe I'm doing this. It's just nuts. Yeah, they don't even know enough to try to escape. I hope what I'm doing is a good thing, but I think it is. I must be a socialist or something, feeding beings for free. But I'm not, since there's no force involved except against them. But, you know, they're dogs and they're children. They don't have any rights. So this will be very, very interesting. And I've raised puppies before. They're a pain in the ass. You know, they chew through electrical cords and things, and I'm going to have to puppy-proof some places a little bit. And it'll take a couple days, but after a couple days, they won't want to leave. And so, I don't know. Good luck to me, I guess. Alright, well, this is the next puppy. She's got, well, let's see. Yep, it's a female. She's got white feet, and Brianna does not have white feet, but the face looks the same. I'll compare later. Right now she's very scared of me. It's okay, I'm going to lock her in a place, get the other one in here, and then start to make friends with him. Hi, sweetie. It's okay. And we'll see what happens. Well, this is the other one. Also has white feet. A little bit white on the chest there. Also a little girl. So I'm going to have 4 girl puppies. That's a lot of girls. But she's skinny. I'm going to fatten her up. She was definitely the feistiest one getting captured, but I don't blame her. You know, some crazy guys picking her up and tossing her in the van. I'm going to trap her too and give her some water and food and try and maybe I'll have to give more of that cheese. I want the cheese for me, but that's okay. Hi, honey. It's okay. All right, the puppies are all situated. I can hear them crunching away on the food I gave them. And I did another experiment in town, and that was rubbing some plants on me that cut me the other day. And it didn't cut me. So, oh, no, there's some bumps on me. But there's not blood. I don't see any blood. So I don't know what the deal is with that plant. Maybe I had the wrong one, but that was the one I walked through before. I mean, I walked through a lot more before. Not, you know, trying to get all bloody. But I was just curious. So, you know, I want to know about all the plants around here. So that's my little adventure into town. And now I guess I got 2 new adventures, 2 living adventures that matter a lot more. Puppy adventures. Maybe I'll put their sister in there with her. It's interesting that they're all female. And I really believe that's because people like male dogs better. And so they dump the female dogs. I find that fairly sexist. And I understand why. There's several reasons why that might be. One is that little dogs have, or little female dogs have puppies. And probably this person who dumped them off didn't want more puppies. But my solution to that is to get them sterilized. And I'm going to sterilize everybody. All my other dogs are sterilized. I'm sterilized. We don't need more beings in the world. And so I'm willing to adopt them, and at least for now, I'm not promising I'll keep them. You know, if you do love dogs, realize I'm a tiny dog rescue program. Nobody's ever funded for that, and I'm not really well funded. So if you see any of this as a motivation to donate to this project, please do. I have bigger goals than just saving dogs, certainly. Yeah, I definitely feel something weird. But please do donate, and I'm going to improve my web pages, and I'm going to, you know, make better videos. And but it's not just all about that. It's about the forest itself is going to live far longer than any people, including me, and any puppies, although they might outlive me, which is totally cool. Little dogs live forever, and I could die tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. Hang in there, and I hope you find some way to be good in the world. I don't know how. You should do it. It's your world. Good luck. It's okay, honeys. You guys pretty hungry? I'll get you some more food, okay? You can eat all you want. Yum, yum, yum. Hi, guys. Hi. There, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Good puppies. Good puppies, yeah.